here's my argument. There's a part of me that says, let Los Angeles burn. If these Democrat-run cities are so supportive of the rioters, let their cities burn, and that includes wherever these riots spread. The federal government does not need permission from mayors or governors to enforce immigration law. But let's be honest. These aren't anti-ICE, pro-immigration rallies. That's just the primer. It's like the WTO riots 26 years ago, or the Occupy riots 14 years ago, or the George Floyd riots 5 years ago. It's all the same thing for the same reason and by the same people. On top of that, the federal taxpayer should not be on the hook for actual man-caused disasters. And it's not our fault the Democrats have coddled the gutter culture that is destroying the fabric of these once great cities. They've let the animals take over. Now the mayor of LA, Karen Bass, expects volunteers to clean up the mess.
Especially of the graffiti that is just blanketing a number of blocks, has been extensive. We are 1 year away from the World Cup. This is about beautifying our city and bringing our city together. And so I am calling on business leaders, community leaders, faith leaders to come together downtown in the next few days to talk about how we are going to clean up the city. Obviously, city workers are already out there removing the graffiti, but this is so extensive, it's going to take community-wide involvement. We had launched a program called Shine LA a couple of months ago in preparation for the World Cup, and now we are called on to direct that citywide. We need people from all over the city to come to downtown and to help with this effort.
This is totally avoidable, but this is after riots over ICE locking up over 300 illegals with violent criminal histories.
There have been 330 illegal aliens that have been arrested as part of these riots in Los Angeles. 113 of those illegal aliens had prior criminal convictions. And overall, and this includes arrests of American citizens, there's been 157 people arrested for assault and obstruction-related charges, including the attempted murder of a police officer with a Molotov cocktail. So who is funding these illegal aliens who are coming in with this very professional riot gear? It's a question everyone in this room who cares about truth should be asking. And we encourage your help in trying to get to the bottom of that question. Indeed.
And the Democrats are sticking to their narrative that the rioters are actually justified if they're angry that the law is being enforced.
Protests, and even those who were out of step with what we are advocating, peaceful protest, did not create any violence. Nobody was shot, nobody was killed. Get it in your head. And so when martial law is called, what are you going to say? I missed the point. Don't miss the point, you all. Don't think that somehow, because they called out the National Guard, there was violence. There was no violence. I was on the street. I know. And I went from downtown detention back out into the community, talking to people what happened in Paramount, what happened in Compton, what happened in Inglewood. So, first of all, get it straight. And don't just rely on what you're being told or the few incidents that you saw.
You know, most of the animals out there rioting have no idea the inner workings of communist thinking. They're just ignorant pawns. But communists, socialists, the people behind this, whatever they believe, you know, wherever they are, they always believe that there must be a violent, uprising, revolutionary period in order for their ideology to take hold. So every few years, they look for that primer. Some event that stirs passion, right? Gets on the news, will get people into the streets. And there's no shortage of losers who desperately want to belong to some revolutionary movement. And what little they do know about history makes them jealous of past generations in their fight for this so-called marginalized group or that so-called marginalized group. You know, we don't have to tolerate this. ICE needs to continue to do the work it needs to do, and really the federal government should let these Democrat mayors and governors roast. If they're going to abide by the rioters, then the city and state taxpayers should clean up the aftermath. And that's my argument.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.